Welcome to Power Yoga, yogis. Let's get down into Halasana here. We are getting into our hips here. Opening the hips up into a nice hip opener here. Sit down in Halasana, our ancient squat, and just get into flow here. Slowly in 1 or 2 more breaths. We're getting into our inversions today, getting into back bends as well as working up a flow, okay? So just get situated with me here and get comfortable in our Halasana squat bind. Open up into Halasana. Open up all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head, all the way up to the pelvic floor. Lift, draw in and out. Open. Good. Slowly 1 or 2 breaths here. We're going to try to come up and get into our binds. Wrist bind here. Gaze to the ceiling. Open up the chest, the sternum, the deltoid system. Just hang low here. Good. Come out. Second side. Wrist bind. Gaze to the ceiling. Open the chest. Breathe. Get into that shoulder rotation. Action going on. Just breathe in and out. Just need to turn to face the camera here. Open the chest, the deltoids. Swing low. Good. Second side. Good. Come back into squat and we'll try to stand now and get our hamstrings. A deep breathe here. Stand, flex and point, down. Second side. Stand. Oh, might not be possible on the second side. Okay, good. Back down. Good. Feel that deep, deep, rich nourishment. Then we need to come into heroes. It's enough to just be seated here. It's enough of a stretch to just be here in heroes. Getting comfortable in our foot as well as our knee rotation. Just slow from 1 or 2 breaths here, okay? 1, 2, go. Good. We need to come up into camel pose. Just raise up our arms to the chest. Open up into back bends. Good. Coming down. Good. Open the chest. Open the chest. And then let's flow down. Good. Ooh. tilting the upper quarter, the upper quarter to the mat, twisting the foot, tilting into the opposite end, child's pose, big toes touching, slowly 1 or 2 breaths here, and then we come into tabletop. Tabletop now, raise our knees off the ground, come into our curl, curl those toes, and then we're going to center in, plank, up dog, plank and down dog. Open up the left hip, square through, shoot. Reverse now, 1, 2, reverse, cartwheel. Open up the chest and down. Good. Open up here. Come to crescent twist. Blunt down our right hand and twist into the elbow twist here. Crescent low lunge twist. We come into pigeon. Open up. Good. Down. We come out into a quad stretch here. More and more. Flow, plank, up dog, plank, and down dog with a curl, and then down. So lift up our right hip, sway through, plank, and we're going to shoot. Good. Up through. That's 1, 2. Come to shoulder stand, backbends here, length, low lunge, crescent twist, flat our left hand, get intimate, open up the chest more and more, good, sway through, coming down here, we might feel that, to get into pigeon here, dropping out, good, the quad stretch here, open the chest, good, and then stand through, plank, open the chest, plank, up dog, plank, and down dog, good. Just slipping 1 or 2 breaths here, open up the chest, more and more, so you go to the back of the room, open up the left hip, sway through, open up into our side trikonasana stretch here. Evolve the chest as you do, plant the ceiling, the bottom to the wall of our feet here, and press through the circumference of our heels to lift up the torso. Lift and grow. Good. Poke out the glutes, get into backbends. Good. Then 45 to 90-degree angle, we tilt down the feet to get into the second side. Open the chest up, revolve more and more. Still poking out the glutes here. Feel a glute tilt as well as a side stretch here. Good. Come through. Back. Baby here, nice strong legs. Prasarita. Forward fold here. Just slurping 1 or 2 breaths here. Good. Back up. And down. Good. Just 1 and 2. Shoot back. Plank. Up dog. Plank. And down dog. Curl. And then down. We're going to lift up our right hip. Sway through. Shoot through. And come up. Nice strong legs here. Open the chest up. Breathe it in. Feel that stretch coming through here to the side body as well as through our hamstrings. All the way up to the meeting of the thighs. Evolve the chest. Come through. We're going to stand here to center and poke up the glutes. Poke out the gluteal muscle. Raise the arms up. Back bends. Gluteal twist here. Feel the hips get a nice deep stretch here. Come back up. And then 45 to 90-degree angle tilt onto the second side. Evolve. down dog, curl up, down, good. And we take it all the way up to the back, and we come into Virabhasana 3. Open, good. Airplane, good. Dance and smooth, tilt, just realign and come on through. Good. Take it all the way to the floor. Good. Bring it up. Open the chest. And then we come into our triples here. Just letting 1 or 2 breaths here. Open up the chest. Get the shoulders a nice little rock down. Just open up the chest into a nice shoulder stretch here. Feel the opening all the way up to the pelvic floor. Good. Drag it through. Come to the side wall here. Good. Just adjust. Come here. Open up the chest. More and more. Just tell yourself your balance and balance we should have. Let's have more balance today here on the mat. Good. Come to side here. Open the chest. More and more. Triples. Heart kiss down to the end and to the shoulder. Deep tissue release. Then come to eagle. Raise up the arms, separate them, forward tilt, bring them back down, second side. Raise up the arms, forward tilt, bring them down, back and down. Good. Revolve the chest here, open up more and wide up. Feel that gluteal muscle with a little tinge, back and down. And come to the front of the mat. Good. Feel that thigh gap coming even wider here. Open up, starting to tree. Get yourself your balance and balance you shall have. Open up the shoulders, try to separate the shoulders apart. Okay, raise the arms, do the forward tilt, bring them back down. Second side, raise the arms. Do a forward tilt, bring them down, and release. Good. Just feel the pelvic floor, get a nice little tilt. Open up here. Good. Bring them down. And come to eagle wrap. Lift up the arms, do the forward tilt, bring them back, and release. Good. We walk it back, and then we just flow, okay? Open up the hip, plank, up dog, plank, down dog, curl up, down dog. Lift up the right hip, good, straight through, and then come back out. Good. Open up the tree. Oh, just so you can balance in the neck. This will be the side right here. Open up the shoulders. Good. Come through to the second side. Just feel that gluteal muscle full. Take like a little mountain pose here. Check out what is happening in the rest of the body. And then do a nice thing. Feel the thigh gap. Open up even wider here. Raise up the arms. Do a little forward tilt here. Hide yourself to the opposite ends. Separate it. Open up the shoulders even mechanically if you can. Ego wrap. Raise up the arms with a little forward fold. Come back down. Second side. Eagle arms. Raise up the arms with a little forward tilt. Bring it back down. And down. Good. Just feel that deep nourishment, deep engagement here. Good. And then we come to the front of the mat. Raise up. Open up. Rotate. To the side body here. The shoulders open up. Open forward. And second side. Open up the chin. Open forward. Back down. Good. Swing down here. Just feel the shoulders get a nice release here. We'll come still into tree pose here. Feel that thigh gap, get an engagement. Feel that thigh gluteal muscle. Get a nice deep stretch. Open and poke out the glutes. Good. Now we're just going to flow. Open up the chest, plank, up log, plank, and down. Dog. Jump your feet to 3.5 or 4.5 feet apart. We are right here in Prasarita. Sitting bones to the back of the room. Open up the chest. Get a nice deep release here. We're going to come and start our inversions, okay? Now, you might feel the more you do it, that your crown of your head will come down. And we store a lot of emotional trauma right in the hip area, hip pelvic area. So the intensity of our stretch here release a lot of emotional stumbling blocks as well, okay? So take care to get deeper and more comfortable with this position as it helps us to release a lot of toxins in the body, okay? Good. Now, we're right on up. Flexing point. Come to scorpion here. And backbends. Stretch, deep stretch here. Open up. More and more. Go to side body. Stretch up more and more. Good. Plank. Up to star. Raise on up. Good. Second side here. Good. Breathe. Down to the second side. Open up. Real nice. Pelvic tilt here. Bring it all the way through. Plank and down. Just bob it at the elbows. And bob it here. And Prasarita. Good. Now we're coming into tripod. And as you do come into tripod, make sure as you come up, your elbows don't move, okay? Good. Open up the chest. Open up the chest. Oh. Breathe. Open up. Second side body. Stretch. Good. Second side. Just as cool and as gently as possible, okay? Good. Side body. Open the chest up more and more. Good. Side body. Second side. Lift. Breathe, 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 breathe. Good. Good. Back and down. Just as slowly as you possibly can here. We're going to come into fish. Whatever variation you do, try not to lock the big toes, okay? Open up the chest, feel the hamstring release, foot rotation, knee rotation. Now look at this one, just let me 2 breaths here. 1 and 2. It's one of my favorite deep stretches here. Good. Set bridge and then plow. Feel that lifting all the way up to the tailbone. Good. Open the shoulders. Sick. Open that back. Crown of the head, back and down. We come into the triangle here. Second side, side body, good. And then we're all the way up here into happy baby. Open up, happy baby pose, okay? Feel that belly lift, all the way up to the pelvic floor. Join up. Just take a few breaths here. Breathe. Good. Another trick is to come up to the very top of your chest. Here. Good. And then back down. And really close here with a quiet breath. Just get back to your breath. Just get back to your breath. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely love you for viewing, for watching, for all the news messages that you're giving this channel. Thank you so much for taking a little time on the net. I'll see you in our next one, our presentation series, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. Like so that the video can get pushed into your algorithm. Thank you so much, and somebody